So, Kratzy, here's where last year everyone was confused. Everyone was like, what the hell are the Red Sox doing? They're buying and selling. Ken said it yesterday on our show. JD Martinez wasn't dealt, but you dealt Christian Vasquez. You ultimately held Bogarts, but lowballed him on an offer. You should have. They were weird. They missed out on an opportunity last year. To me, this one feels different because Kike. I mean, he has a 599 OPS with the team. Just wasn't hitting his stride, wasn't helping them. So it doesn't feel like a total sell as much of a change of scenery. But how do you feel?
I felt like the Red Sox wanted to buy those two AAA guys, and they paid whatever $2.5 million to buy those two AAA guys. Because you go back a week and a half, Kike's spot was not guaranteed. He was one of the guys. I'm forgetting now who it was that was coming back off the IL, and they were sitting there. It was like a 3 or 4 player move that like he could have been the one on the outside. And I think this is a very Red Sox laden mistake here. Like they felt like they could stopgap him until Trevor Story came back and play shortstop for a little bit of time, and Story's not back. Story's not the short. Like there's a whole lot going on here that I think the Red Sox kind of screwed up the whole Kike thing. And of course, you think the Dodgers get him, and you're like, all right, well, he's gonna probably hit. He's gonna have an 800 OPS. He's gonna hit like 10 homers down the stretch here, and it's just gonna be happy Kike all day long.
And for the Dodgers, I mean, he had a great run. They had defined roles for him, which I felt like was very important. They need a right-handed bat. Kike has struggled against right-handed pitching, but you plug him in against lefties, things could go really well on that front. Justin Turner, of course, with him, and he's sad that he lost him, another former Dodger. But you know what stood out to me, Todd Father, is Alex Cora had a quote yesterday after the trade went down. Here it is from Alex Spear. He said, from Cora, says, in retrospect, he wishes the Sox had pushed to keep Kike Hernandez in camp, in spring training, to work at shortstop rather than joining Team Puerto Rico for the WBC as a center fielder. So help me out here, because no matter what, Cora was taking a shot. But I'm not exactly sure who was he taking a shot at. Was he taking a shot at Kike because he wanted him to stay in and learn shortstop more, like Miguel Rojas? Remember when Gavin Lux went down, he decided to stay and not go to the WBC and work on the position. He hasn't hit much, so obviously that didn't work out. Or is he taking a shot at the Red Sox for not kind of pushing this, like, say, the Cardinals did with Wilson Contreras? Like, is this a shot at the player, the team, both? It's got to be somebody.
I think it might be a little bit of both, but I think he's just a little bitter. I mean, honestly, just in the fact where it's like, you know, if you liked him that much, well, why didn't you say something? You know what I mean? You're the manager. Why didn't you come out and be like, hey, man, I don't think it's a good idea. I want you to work on shortstop a little bit. I think it's more management, if you want the truth. But, you know, these things come around 4 years. You know what you're getting. So, I mean, you had plenty of time to figure this out once they decided to, you know, if he really wanted to go there. I think it's more management. I don't think it's at the player. I think he likes him a lot, but I think it's just maybe a little bitterness because he's gone. And, you know, he didn't, you know, he's going back to the Dodgers. Like I said, it wasn't the best numbers, but at the same time, when you get comfortable somewhere, like going back to LA, you might see him take off no matter who's pitching, righty or lefty.
I agree. I think, I mean, offensively, he's having a really down year, like we've talked about. I don't think he can go much lower. So you figure he's going to go to LA. He's going to feel good. They're going to put him in a good spot. I'm wondering, playing off what you're saying, Todd, to Kratzy, if there was some communication, like, hey, we don't have Story. We want you to be our guy. What do you think about staying? I don't know. No?
I don't know. I mean, how many ground balls does Kike Hernandez need to be a big league shortstop? To me, to me, I think it was a shot at Cora taking a shot at the front office or whoever decided he's going to be the big league shortstop. To be a big league shortstop, it is a real thing. You can plug Kike in at shortstop. He is not a big league shortstop. He's not an everyday shortstop. You can plug somebody in other positions, but you have to. That's a premium position, and he couldn't consistently make the plays. Whether it was a rushed throw that was bad throws, it was box glove because it was, speed of the game was catching up to him. So to me, I think it was more Cora saying, I don't think he's a big league shortstop. And the front office saying, yes, he is. Analytically, we say this, we're going to go with him. And he didn't stay around, and he could have been like, hey, I told you, you watched him in spring training, he can't make the plays. And then they had to do it in the season.